Intuitive Divine Journey. Thank you for love, your likes, your subscriptions, her suspicions. Hmm. I'm here regurgitating, using your gifts. Earth Angel had a message because I was listening to my church family, and it was a lady that was on there. And every time I see, I think about Hurricane Katrina because of how she, thank you, Spirit, got out. I remember her preaching, and she got out of her car and started walking. And I don't know if they went back and got married or not, but um, yeah, great. Okay. Yeah, so I'm like, yep, yep. So I thought about, mm-hmm. And Spirit was like how the prophet, the prophetess, when you go back and God told me, go back and listen to your church and get rejuvenated. I said, God, hey, you get tired on this journey, you get tired on the, and I'm hearing, yeah, because I'm hearing, yeah, Earth Angel. I thought about their family member, and I thought about it, and I actually ran into the message of what was going on. Oh my goodness! And about a month or two ago, I was listening to his brother preaching, and he was in my spirit heavy, and God said, "This is why he was transitioning the world. This is the end of a cycle." And and I just kept hearing that. Sometimes I said, "This earth is a little ghetto." And sometimes when you're ascending and you don't really understand the ascension from the age of Pisces to the age of Aquarius, cellular being, you don't. Mm-mm, mm-mm. And sometimes some people can't handle the message. Knight of Wands, passionate person. Yeah, because I'm seeing some people. Oh gosh. And when she spoke in this message about listening to people and in the church doing what I'm like, why is the church sitting? When you come in and you're under leadership, this type of leadership, you can't sit here and not do your mission work. And I said, God, and I said this, I did not want to leave. I said, I need you to go. It's time to do what you're supposed to do. And I'm like, I'm not going to preach. And I keep saying, I'm not going to. God said, no, you're going to be out and about. And I'm like, okay, perfect, great. Because because my daughter never liked the poofy dresses. She's doing her thing. And I'm like, it is no joke. And yeah, the lovers, and yeah, what you love to do, making the choices. Not always a person. Sometimes it's the passion of what you've been called to do. Middle person, middle man, the awakening and moving forward. Your action fast. It's time not to. So if you're called and chosen, God said this is also another separation. Say, okay, if you're what you say you are, why are you regurgitating other people's messages? Sharing is one thing, and then actually, do you have anything that you've actually created? Because I'm seeing a resume. Oh, I'm this. I'm that. Oh, yeah, I'm a prophet. I'm a prophetess. Oh, I'm called and chosen. But okay, I see you've shared this and shared that. But what do you have? What have you created? Oh, I'm in the middle, I'm in the process. See, I've already had 32 years in the private sector, in the federal government, in this. Oh, let me tell you what happened that got me here. Come on, Spirit. Let me tell you how I got here. Let me tell you how I used to go up and ask for prayer. Let me tell you how I used to go. I went through cancer, and I would call, and I would say, hey, pray for me, or do this, or do that. Let me tell you how the miracles that occurred on this path, and what I went through, and how I got from point A to point B to point C. Yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about. There is no copy. There is no paste. I'm seeing someone just trying to stick to their story. They told many lies. And come on, Spirit. And God said, yeah, there's a new heaven and a new earth. Because the regurgitation. And I mean, oh, that makes sense. I did hear from this one. I said, weren't you up at such and such time and such and such? Oh, yeah. I don't have any lack because I'm a giver. I don't need to be in the front because I'm a giver. Someone's hurt from telling the truth being out. Yeah, the truth hurts. The Three of Cups. But yeah, someone's with a false prophet, but they try to act like the real one. And they know they're with a false prophet. And that's the problem right now. Thank you, Spirit. My dad, thank you for coming through. Trustee. I'm seeing the money. This is what I'm saying. They want to, every time I get on a live, they flag my account. Someone always tries to shut me up. And that's that's been the story of my life. But God, you don't know my story. That's the truth. The death. They always try to off. Because my children, my sister, all of them, they tried. And I'm seeing someone plotting the master plan, the budget. Yeah, because this was the plan of the Project 2025, the Heritage Foundation. And it's all plotted out. But they don't want to hear the prophet. They don't she doesn't have the look. Doesn't matter, because when you are on emergency management, you have to go in a hurry. You have 24 hours, you have 5 minutes. When it's an emergency, you don't know my story. If you had tapped into your discernment, you'd be like, oh yeah, that's her. This is her. And keep seeing the lady that sits behind my mom, and I know what's going on. Thank you, Spirit. He's looking at me too. He don't want nobody to know. I heard how you get your money. 10 of Pentacles, King of Okay, that's what I'm saying. Thank you, Spirit. But seriously, this is the type of stuff that's coming out. Brian Carr, I knew about Brian Carr, but I said, no, because he thinks he's that good. Ain't nobody gonna ever find out about me. He's that good. Who is she? If your discernment was on, you'd be like, you know what? Let me be real. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. Yep, the home. Like I was saying about my dad, he knew where 50 Cent was. The trustee, if money was missing, he'd be like, wait a minute, where's that money? And he would do it on pen and paper. He never used a calculator. He would have his notepad inside his jacket. Offering time, him and his other cousins would be down there. They built a new church. They tore down the old one, and they did not play around. They said, okay, if we took up night of one, hey, fast mover, where you going? They knew what was going on with the lights. They knew what was going on with the permits. They knew. And I don't want to put this guy out there. And it's funny, the messages, they're trying to delay the messages. They're trying to delay whoever I need to talk to. The guy that needed a message about something. Anything you know, just like this house. Someone's trying to be funny because somebody is a builder. Somebody knows how to do blueprints. And even this house was going on. They try to, they can't mess it up. The third party, they're lost in the sauce now. So if you were so great, how come you brought slaves over? And then the Moors were here, but yet the transatlantic, the black inventors. Yeah, if you're so amazing, how can you steal an oil? You have oil, but you want to steal the quality. Tobacco left out in the cold. Because I'm seeing other countries looking at America like, I don't even want to do business with them. Yeah, because you're like, hey, you want people to cut off their, because I'm seeing dirty water, contaminated water, the smell of the water. But see, I anoint it and pray over it. The cities, the rivers. Yeah, you want to, cut them loose. This is the next plan. I'm hearing, I always hear, Toyota recalls, start messing up, malfunctioning, cut them off. Because see, if you do that to the certain people, these other countries know. Israel, the book of life, they know their blessings are going to mess up too. You don't want to do that. Yep, passionate new beginning. And you think you're going to get blessed? No, you've got to do these 400 years. Yep, left out in the cold. What you do to me has already been done to you. That means we have to do 800. You know that would be you. Yep, the strength. You're trying to take away the strength. Nope, the alchemic. I'm not going to be on here long because of what's going on, because of what they're doing. Because I heard someone say, I really don't need it. And it's not being arrogant. It's to the point that you have given so much of yourself. Someone thinks you need them. They really need you. But sometimes you have to do a reminder. Sometimes you have to slide that resume over and say, hey, I've done my time. This is something I've come out of. The appreciation. Pull back and let it fall. Because I say, let go of the brakes. You don't appreciate the mechanic until you can't get them on the phone. Thank you, Spirit. The hairstylist. You don't appreciate the prayer warrior until you can't get a prayer through. You don't appreciate the mechanic. Thank you, Uncle Buddy. Something's going on with my Uncle Buddy. You don't appreciate the mechanic until you cannot get them on the phone. You don't appreciate the mechanic until you cannot till that car won't start. Until AAA is $200 and it's $400. You don't appreciate the mechanic until you know what? It was $20 and a 6-pack of beer back in the day. Appreciate those people. I'm telling you, you're not going to find them like that. That's what God was saying. So, salt, ings, appreciate those people. It ain't no more slaves, boo. I love you so much. Take care. All is